Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm going to get started on another 12-inch by 24-inch layout. And this one is also from a sketch from Becky book Page Maps. I still have not quite found my inspiration or motivation to do layouts lately. So I've been using sketches to help me. So I'm going to start with the left side of the layout. Again, this is 12 by 24. It's hard to show all on camera, so I'm going to show the two sides separately. And I'm just adding these 1/2-inch strips of paper so that I can get a layered look without using tons and tons of cardstock. So you can see here I'm adding another strip to the side of this photo strip. And then I'm going to glue the whole thing down. And the photo strip will then look like it's matted with that red distress pattern paper when it's really just a couple little strips of it. You see here how it's going to give me the look of matting. And these papers so far in this video are all going to be from Fancy Pants Designs, with the exception of this grid paper, which is from Scenic Group Paper Company. So this has got a little bit of text on the edge, as you can see, and that's because my journaling spans both sides of the page. Now I'm just going to mat this photo on a piece of orange cardstock. And this is my large focal point photo. And I want it to have even more oomph, so I'm going to stick this black foam tape on the back. This is from a company called Venture Tape, and I got a huge roll of this for a really good price, and so I'm going to be using it for a while. Alright, so now I'm going to put this down, and I'm just lining my layout up with my grid so I can kind of figure out where I want to position it on the page from top to bottom, and then just laying it down. And now I'm just going to add some rub-ons to the white space beneath the photo, just to frame it up a little bit more and to give it a little bit more interest. And these rub-ons are also from the Fancy Pants Summer Soiree collection. So adding some stars all around the photo. I'm going to add 3 sets of stars. And just rubbing them on with my EK Success Impressor embossing stylus. And some more stars. I'm kind of tucking them under the photo mat a little bit, and I did that with the other rub-on as well, so it would look more layered. And now I'm going to add my last set of stars. I'm actually going to add them directly to this photo right here, because the photo had a big empty space right there. It's just stroller, so there was no need to keep it like that. Now these are from the Die Cuts with a View Safari Kids collection, and I really like them. I am a huge fan of monkeys, and a lot of the pictures on this page are of monkeys, so I wanted to put that little monkey guy right there. And then this layout is about a place called Jungle Island, which is why I want all these sort of animal safari sort of images all around the page. So I'm just putting those there. And now I'm going to show you what the left side of the layout looks like. So that's the left side of the 2-page layout. So I'm going to get started with the right side. And here is the rest of my journaling. And there was a lot of journaling. And I had over 250 photos of this trip. So it was really difficult to choose which photos to use and which journaling to do. And I used 9 photos on this layout. So this was a good sketch for a big trip like that. I'm just putting this striped paper down. And it's 4 inches tall and the journaling is 4 inches tall, so it's kind of dividing the page into thirds, as you can see. And now I've removed the corner guide from my corner rounder, and I'm going to punch a row of half circles to create a scalloped edge. And there you can see the scalloped edge that I got with my corner rounder. And now I'm doing more of that layering of the little 1/2 inch strips of the red paper to get a matted look. And I didn't have enough of the red paper to actually matte everything, which is why I did this. But, you know, if you're trying to conserve paper, this is just one idea for how you can do that. So, and because I need a 14-inch border strip, I have to do it twice and then kind of stick them together on the back of the photo strip, which is also 14 inches. So I've run a line of adhesive along the bottom edge of the photo strip, and then I'm going to adhere down the decorative border strips and everything. Or the top, rather. So you can see here I'm just eyeballing it, just lining it up and eyeballing it. It's, you know, it's okay if you don't line it up on your grid mat and measure it perfectly every time. Or at least I think it is. So now I've done the top, now I'm going to do the bottom, and the bottom has that scalloped edge hanging off. And that'll just add even more interest and fun to the page. So now I'm going to take Colorbox Fluid Chalk Ink in Sour Apple. And Sour Apple's it's a sort of a strange name for the color. It's actually like a very, very green blue, or a very, very blue green. It's hard to tell which color it really is, but it worked really nicely with this paper collection. So now, because this photo strip is going to jump the gutter between the two pages, I need to make sure the pages are lined up right next to each other before I lay it down. Which they are. So now I'm going to flip the whole thing over, just flip it like that. I'm going to take my craft knife, and I'm just going to cut down the middle, and I'm just slowly and carefully cutting just to get through those different layers without really digging into the paper. And we're free. Now I'm taking a journaling spot from the Fancy Pants Summer Soiree collection, and I'm adding a sticker from the Die Cuts with a View Safari Kids collection that says King of the Jungle. And this piece of journaling is going to be specifically about the large photo on the page, where the kids are all standing. They're all standing on a ledge to look down into the Crocosaurus cage. And he is purportedly the largest crocodile in the world that's ever been measured, and it was huge. I mean, that crocodile's head seemed like it was as big as a human being. I mean, that crocodile was gigantic. I've never seen anything like it. It did look like a dinosaur, and they were fascinated by it. They absolutely loved it, and they just wanted to stare at it forever. So that's what they're looking at. So that is what the journaling's about, is how we saw this Crocosaurus. And even though they had a liger, which is a crossbreed between a lion and a tiger, was very cool looking, the Crocosaurus was what the kids really wanted to look at, and he was king of the jungle that day. So that's what I was doing with this journaling here. And now that I finished the journaling, I'm actually going to attach my title, which is another embellishment from that collection that says Welcome to the Jungle. And I'm going to stick it to the top of the journaling spot, and then I'm going to adhere that whole thing down. And you can see on the page where I left a white blank space in that photo strip, and that was so I would have a place to put my journaling. So now I'm just lining that up with the top of the page. And in one quick second here, I'm going to show you the finished layout. Here's the finished layout. This is what it looks like all together. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and thanks for watching.